You're watching 9 WTVC Chattanooga.
News with Bob Johnson. Weather with Don Welch. The sports with Darrell Patterson. And this is TV9 Action News, Chattanooga's complete information news service. And now for the Action News team, Bob Johnson.
Good evening. The government reports that wholesale prices rose 1 0.8% in October. This is the biggest monthly rise in 1 year and indicates that inflation remains a serious problem. Don North has details.
October's increase in the wholesale price index followed gains of 0.6% in September and 0.8% in August. The October increase was the sharpest rise in the past 12 months. In its report today, the Labor Department said price tags on new model cars, lumber, and textile products were particularly significant in raising prices last month. But it said the increases were spread almost across the board. With the new spurt at the wholesale level, consumers can expect a substantial rise in the cost of living in the months ahead, as changes in wholesale prices eventually show up in retail stores. This fact was evident today when Action talked with a number of grocery shoppers who thought prices had been steady lately, but expected them to go up.
Just keep paying. It's the only thing I know to do. If you keep eating, you'll keep paying it.
It just seems that the prices aren't going up every week. I know because I shop every week. And, of course, I trade here all the time. It's the same all over.
Does it seem like prices are keeping going up?
No, I think it's kind of leveled off now.
Think so?
Yeah, I think they've come down to what they used to be.
Compared to last year, wholesale prices in October were more than 5% higher. Don North, Action 9.
The Senate Select Committee on Aging will conduct a hearing in Chattanooga on December 6th on the subjects of inflation and Social Security. Democratic Senator Frank Church of Idaho will conduct that hearing at a site to be named later. One of the victims of our diseased economy, the carpet industry, is described by some as the financial backbone of North Georgia. That backbone last year was all but broken when the bottom dropped out of the carpet business. But today, Gary Wardlaw went to Dalton, the capital of the carpet world, and found out this year is quite different.
Last year, textile workers like these were laid off their jobs because tight money severely crippled the carpet industry. But that was last year. Today, the carpet industry is booming. Here at World Carpets, evidence of the boom period is seen best by their September sales. Frank Griffin, director of sales, said his company grossed $10 million in sales in that 1 month period. Sales have been so good lately that this carpet maker has expanded the company to over 2.5 million square feet, becoming one of the largest carpet makers in the world. Griffin said he was encouraged by the upswing in sales to the point that he thinks the economy as a whole is recovering.
I believe that we can anticipate continued good sales for our industry. Indications are that the building industry is going to experience some recovery now, and of course we're quite closely related to the housing starts and the like.
65% of all the carpet made anywhere in the world is manufactured in or around Dalton. The carpet industry here is responsible for employing over 1/3 of the people in this North Georgia city. When business is good for the carpet mills, the economy is much better for Dalton. To keep the mills open, carpet makers are constantly introducing new products on the market, like these Oriental rugs made in Dalton but now being sold in Japan. 12 months ago, there were those who wouldn't have given the carpet industry 6 more months. But if you can judge success by the growth at World Carpets, we can definitely say the carpet industry has recovered. From Dalton, Georgia, I'm Gary Wardlaw reporting for Action 9.
A report published in Memphis says Tennessee Senator Howard Baker is a prime contender for Senate Republican leader if Hugh Scott resigns to become ambassador of China. Baker has twice opposed Scott for the Republican leadership role in the Senate. Both Knoxville and Memphis are electing new mayors today. In Knoxville, they're picking between runoff candidates under partly cloudy skies. In Memphis, voters have had to battle rains to reach the voting booths. The nuclear power plant battle continues. We'll have that story and more when Action News returns.
What's new in town? The leisure suit. It's the suit to weekend in, casually. The suit to go walking in, comfortably. The suit to find at Ira Trivers. We'll show you leisure suits in every shade and style. So if anybody asks, what does a guy do in a leisure suit? The answer is, what doesn't he do? in a leisure suit from Ira Trippers.
Enjoy steak at super savings this week at ShopRite. USDA inspected baby beef sale. Tender, tasty T-bone steak, pound 99 cents. Chuck roast only 49 a pound at ShopRite. Get Hunt's Peaches 29-ounce can, 43 cents. Bluebonnet margarine 4-stick pound, 37 cents. And other savings at all 11 ShopRite stores.
You can always get a sack full of values. You can't shop wrong at ShopRite.
Laugh again. Streisand and Redford are back again. Streisand and Redford, still in love. The special return engagement of The Way We Were, rated PG.
Starts Friday at the Showcase Cinema in your Southgate Twin.
Are you tired of the same old AM radio routine? Now you can tune in a whole new dimension on your AM car radio. CB. That's right. For only $29.95, you can add a custom CB converter that will let you monitor all 23 CB channels. Listen for exciting emergency calls. Keep on top of traffic conditions day or night. At $29.95 each, you can get one for every car in your family. Send $29.95 today to CB, Box 4295, Chattanooga, Tennessee 37401, or call 877-3011 to order your custom CB converter today.
The debate is still raging today over TVA's proposed nuclear power plant at Hartsville in Middle Tennessee. In the latest development, a Nashville accountant says TVA may have overestimated future demand for electricity. And William Puryear, the critic, says the plant may prove a great financial risk. While TVA presses its case for construction of the Hartsville nuclear plant, the agency continues its construction of the Sequoia nuclear power plant north of Chattanooga. Sequoia, which begins operating in 1978, has been anything but a controversy since construction began. And although citizen resistance to nuclear plants is on the increase, a group of nuclear engineers in Chattanooga thinks more Sequoia should be built to provide for future energy needs.
That other nations with whom we are competing in the world market are right now seeking alternatives to oil as sources of energy. And if we do not maintain our ability to compete with them, then ultimately their products will become cheaper and we will lose the standard of living that we enjoy today. I believe for the average person this would be seen in reduced opportunities, jobs.
How do you respond to those persons who say that nuclear power plants are unsafe and they should not be located near where people are living?
Well, let me first of all answer that question by saying that I personally consider nuclear plants to be quite safe. It's a very difficult technical question. There are many things which have to be answered, but they are safe in my opinion.
A bill that would allow coal operators to set up tax-exempt irrevocable trust funds for miners' black lung benefits has been introduced in the House by Congressman John Duncan of Tennessee. Under current legislation, coal producers must pay black lung benefits to miners who contract the disease. Researchers at Oak Ridge National Laboratory have developed an automated control system for separation of human blood cells. The control system is being used to experimentally combat infections in leukemia patients. Senator Bill Brock of Tennessee today revealed the results of a nationwide survey he conducted recently. In that survey, Brock asked city and county officials what effect the loss of funds from the federal revenue sharing program might have.
Basically, 4 reasons why 15,000 local officials have responded to this poll. And of those 15,000, 98% were in favor of a continuation of revenue sharing. Only 2% were opposed. The first reason is that 88% of all public officials responded that they would have to increase taxes. And the people of this country are already overtaxed on a regressive local tax, like a sales tax or a property tax. Secondly, the people of this country sense that there's a growing distance between them and Washington and their ability to control the federal bureaucracy. Third, they sense there's a growing cost and red tape involved in federal categorical program. Fourth, the program works. In essence, what I'm asking is that revenue sharing be made permanent, that it be tied to federal revenues, and that it maintain a maximum degree of local citizen control.
Well, the foot stomper has struck again in Nashville. About 3 weeks ago, George Mitchell, otherwise known as the foot stomper, began serving 2 years at the county workhouse for his habit of stomping on the insteps of Nashville women. Well, recently he was allowed to go, accompanied by a guard, to a Nashville shopping center to buy a replacement for a broken TV antenna in his cell. He broke away from the guard and, yep, chalked up one more stomp on a female foot before they finally caught him.
That's not even nice, is it?
No, it isn't.
I wonder if they slithered his toes or something if he'd quit that. That's not nice either. Shouldn't say that. That's just not a nice thing to do.
I've never heard such a
I felt like wanting to do that at times, but I never have. Maybe that's the difference between us and him, right? He does it, we don't.
How about the atmospheric prognosticative weather information?
I think you mean, is it going to rain?
Yeah.
It's going to rain not only tomorrow, but part of Saturday. We're going to louse up another weekend here, one way or the other. Temperature-wise in Chattanooga today, our morning low was 49, the afternoon high 72. Current temperature is 67 degrees. Skies are cloudy. Wind southerly at 6 miles an hour. The barometer steady at 30.10 inches of mercury. Relative humidity is 71%. The rainfall is 0. The air quality in Chattanooga is still poor due to very light winds, the amount of dirt in the air being rather heavy. Well, at this time yesterday, I guaranteed you 24 hours without a raindrop, and boy, did I sweat all day today, because I just knew the rain was going to come down any minute. But it's the same situation we've been in the last couple of days. West Tennessee gets quite a bit of rainfall, but the high-pressure cell that has been dominating our weather and keeping the rain to the west of us is still holding the rain off. Our weather satellite map that was recorded earlier this morning will show you the cloud cover, and also, of course, there's rain in those clouds. Rain never falls out of clear skies, for sure. But there it is, and you will see as it's recorded in sequence to show you cloud motion and all, as it covers pretty well all the 7 southeastern states. Right there it is, all the way from kind of the eastern portion of Missouri and Arkansas right on over, and in and amongst that there's a considerable amount of rain activity that has not reached us yet, but it will. Matter of fact, the National Weather Service radar shows a 110-mile wide band of showers all the way from Louisville, Kentucky to just west of Nashville and on down to the Muscle Shoals, Alabama. This is the leading edge of it, from Louisville to Nashville to Muscle Shoals, and all to the west of that is a pretty large area of rain, just moderate showers in some areas and heavy thunderstorms elsewhere. And what is expected to happen, once again, the high-pressure cell that's moved on off the Atlantic is still dominating for the eastern portion of the southeastern states. This low-pressure area, upper-level low, and when I say upper-level low, normally a low-pressure area which would bring rain would be at about the 5,000-foot level. This one is running at about 35 to 40,000 feet, so it's very high, and so far the high pressure has kept it away from us, but it still looks as though it's going to move on in and give us about a 90% chance of rain for tomorrow, increased a little bit more and extending on into Saturday. If everything goes according to schedule, it will get out Saturday afternoon. Otherwise, we're going to have a couple of rainy days. But rain will definitely be here. You get your umbrellas and put them in the car for tomorrow morning for sure. Maybe need them tonight. We'll show you the forecast in a moment.
Whether the stock market is up or down, real estate is always a good investment. And a realtor helps you get more for your real estate dollar. For real estate, see a realtor first.
Hello, I'm John Swafford, owner of Swafford Furniture Company, located in the friendly and exciting city of South Pittsburgh and also the trading center of Sequatchie Valley. We've got some good news for you. We're now in our brand new store at Swafford in South Pittsburgh, 35,000 square feet, our new store. It's really beautiful. We have our furniture out where you can see it, and I want all of you to come down to see it. Now, we specialize in selling by the houseful at Swafford's in South Pittsburgh. Everything is guaranteed, and you get everything at one stop. We carry name brand. And we carry a lot of furniture not even found in the city of Chattanooga, Atlanta, or Nashville, or Knoxville. We have some real high-class furniture that's made out west for the big shots, and we can sell it to you at tremendous discount prices at Swafford's in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Beautiful scenic drive to South Pittsburgh. You can just get everything that you need at Swafford's in South Pittsburgh, and be sure and go to church somewhere on Sunday.
Review all the stars during the 1976 automobile show at the Eastgate Center today through Sunday. They're bright, they're beautiful, and admission is free.
I'm exhausted.
Look at this, this is cooking, it's a meal. Oh, real goodness from the Colonel, here's a meal. You want a good meal, but you don't want a fuss. Come to the people you know you can trust. Real goodness from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Darrell just gave me a rather violent order to get the rain out of here by Saturday night, but there's one thing to remember. When rain is this slow getting here, then usually it's going to hang around, and it's been 2 days coming, not here yet. Once it gets here, it just could hang around and mess up all weekend. Maybe it won't, but for tonight, we've got a 60% chance of shower activity, 60% tonight. I don't know. If it gets here at all tonight, it'll be like 10 o'clock to midnight or maybe later. We've got about 80 to 99.9% chance of rain for Friday and Friday night, the way I look at it. The Weather Bureau says 80% Friday, 50% Friday night, and I'll say 99.9% for Friday and Friday night. Overnight low should be around 55 degrees, 70 degrees for a high tomorrow afternoon. Southeasterly winds tonight and southerly tomorrow. The extended outlook calls for rain continuing part of Saturday. That's still an if. Sunday and Monday, very nice with temperatures above normal if. If that little two-letter word can put me in more trouble.
You reckon if we all got together as a group and went up on top of Mount Eagle Mountain and kind of inhale quickly, we could force it in?
Oh, we need to exhale and keep it over there, Middle Tennessee.
Well, yeah. Okay. It was silly to start with, I guess, wasn't it?
All right. I like watching Darrell put on socks.
Two state representatives have proposed legislation which would make it necessary for unmarried teenagers to get their parents' consent for birth control help from the state. State officials say the measure would, if passed, increase the number of abortions, unwanted pregnancies, and marriages among teenagers. In Hamilton County, there are 8 Head Start centers provided to supply guidance and education to 3- and 4-year-old handicapped children. In an effort to further aid these children, the Chattanooga Human Services Department today dedicated this recreation vehicle to be used as a mobile classroom by the Head Start program. The approach Head Start uses in working with handicapped children is to improve their self-image, overall development, and sense of well-being. Hopefully, this new addition will help the program achieve that goal. Eileen Locke, the Head Start coordinator, explains the exact purpose of the mobile classroom.
We're going to be driving this mobile van out to the classroom all in the city and county centers, and with the special equipment and materials that you saw on the mobile unit and special staff, and they're going to work with children in small groups. And this will, they'll come out of the regular classroom and come into the mobile unit for specialized work, and then they'll go back into the regular classroom.
Chattanooga police and detectives raided an apartment at 902.5 Peoples Street this morning and found thousands of dollars worth of televisions, business machines, electronic testing equipment, and other items inside. 2 men were taken into custody in the apartment. No charges have been made yet, pending further investigation. One man, said to live in the apartment, said he has a small electric repair business. The punchline to an old joke says that the best thing students like about school is recess. Well, that especially is true at Chattanooga's Rivermont School, as we see in this report from Roy Crowley.
When Mrs. Walker's kindergarten leaves the classroom for recess, they don't make a beeline for the swings. Instead, their eyes are scanning the treetops for Edgar Allan Crow. Yep, you heard right, Edgar Allan Crow. They finally found him this morning serenely eating grass near a school fence, but he soon came to play with the children. Play consists of pecking at their clothes and shoelaces and occasionally going after a crust of bread, perched, if you will, atop someone's head.
Go get him, Roy.
Why is he going to eat on my toe?
Samantha, what's so funny about that crow, Samantha? Edgar Allan belongs to Brent Mills, who lives in the Rivermont community. While Brent is at school, Edgar Allan gets lonely, so he goes to school to play with his friends. He usually greets them during recess, but he has been known to check on their scholastic progress by perching on a window ledge or giving them a bright good morning as they step off the school bus. Can you talk to me? No. You like that thing, huh? What do you think about these school kids?
They're making pictures or what?
Well, this is one crow that'll say nevermore. Roy Crowley, Action 9.
I
thought it was a raven that said nevermore.
Was a raven a crow? I don't know. Is that the same thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Both the raven.
Nevermore. Edgar Allan Crow. Maybe a new trial or something developing the Hurricane Carter case. We'll tell you about that in a moment.
Good things are going on Colonial. good things are going on. Colonial Bread. Colonial good, it's the good things going on. Good things going on. Colonial Bread.
Smell the freshness, feel the smoothness, see how it stands up to a spread, then taste it, and you'll know for sure why you gotta go for Colonial when good things are going on.
Colonial good, it's the good things going on. Good things going on. Colonial Bread.
Why do I like the Times? Well, it's very easy to be overwhelmed by the daily happenings and changes here and in the world around us. In order to cope effectively with today's events, I need to be fully and accurately informed. Frankly, I want something I can count on. That's why I read the Times. I depend on it. I trust it. I love it. The Times. You can depend on it.
For $3 a month, I get a checking account.
For $3 a month, I get a checking account, and I get free personalized checks, a $10,000 accidental death insurance policy, a savings account opened with a free $1 deposit, plus 9 other banking services. And now, I can even double my accidental insurance policy for only 75 cents more a month.
For $3 a month? That's what I call getting your money's worth.
The Great American Bank Package, only at American National.
Cars. For better or worse, we depend on them. They can be a pleasure, a convenience, a headache, or an instrument of tragedy. Auto C, a government-sponsored project, wants to help make cars safer and to help lower the cost of driving. You can help, too, by participating in Project Auto C. Your car gets a free inspection every 6 months, and you get a free safety sticker. Call 899-0394 for more information.
The New Jersey Supreme Court has agreed to hear the appeal of former middleweight boxer Reuben Hurricane Carter and his co-defendant for a new trial. Carter and John Arters were convicted in 1967 of committing a triple murder at a Patterson, New Jersey bar in June of 1966. A committee headed by prominent political, sports, and entertainment.
Thanks for watching News Channel 9. For our latest updates, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.